Hello guys and welcome to week 3 of renewing the bond. In this episode I used the bond I made during the first bond and I will be focusing on combat training in this one. So let's see if I can make money for a new bond. So at the beginning I got myself to 25 agility to be able to do the Grand Tree quest, which is going to give me a lot of combat experience, and also it's going to enable me to do the Monkey Madness quest. So after getting the 25 agility, I was ready to do some questing. I completed the Tree Gnome Village quest, the Fight Arena and the Grand Tree quests, which gave me a lot of combat experience, and I should have done the Waterfall quest, but somehow I just forgot to do it. So I didn't do that at all, but it is probably the one that you should do as the very first quest you do. And after doing those quests, I was going to do the Monkey Madness quest, but before that I decided to get 43 prayer for the overhead prayers and to make the Monkey Madness quest very simple and easy. So I got myself 43 prayer at a player-owned house. So just go to world 330 and use somebody else's gilded altar. But anyway, it's nice to get some prayer levels up at the beginning. And after that I completed the Monkey Madness quest. Very simple, and the boss fight has never been as easy as this because I usually do it without having prayers. So it was very nice. And after doing the Monkey Madness quests and all of the other quests, I was at 43 strength, 45 attack and 40 defense. And this also includes the Dragon Slayer quest, which I did in free to play, and also Vampire Slayer. So the plan after doing those easy combat experience quests was to do Wilderness Slayer to get some money while training combat stats. So let's see how it goes. The first task, I actually cannot get a task from Cristelia before getting one task from Turile. So I gotta get the first task from Turile now. So the first task is Ice Fiends, which is pretty nice fast quest, so let's get right on it. So that's the end of the Ice Fiend task, so let's go get a Wilderness Slayer task. So the first one is Ents. Okay, so it turns out Ents are really bad if you're a low level and you're going to melee them, so definitely don't do them. So I'm just going to change the range and hopefully it goes better. Okay, so ranging them is decent, but it's not really great. It's a pretty bad task, but if you have high wood cutting level it might be good because you can chop the logs, but just for the drops, which the only drop is Mysterious Emblem, they are not really good. Anyway, that's the task done and let's get a new one. Let's see, and the second task is Hellhounds. Okay, sounds good. I'm definitely not going to melee them, so I'm just going to range them and see how it goes. Okay, so here's the first PKer that attacked me. And here's the second one. Here's the third one. And here's the fourth one. And there's just so many PKers at this spot because the green dragons are quite actively killed with the cannon. So this is not a very great task, and because this is pretty much the only good place to kill them. The other place is close to the wilderness lever at like 50 wilderness, so that's also a pretty bad spot to kill them at. So I think you're kind of screwed if you're a low level and you want to kill the Hellhounds. And this task also gives you 0 drops, so it's really bad if you're trying to make some money. And this task took me like 2 hours. So it's also a really slow one, and you make 0 profit if you don't get an emblem, so really not worth it to do. So after finishing the Hellhounds, this is the third wheelie task, and it's bears. You can actually kill Callisto if you want to, but my stats are probably not enough for that. So I'm just going to kill the grizzly bears north of Edgeville, which should be pretty nice. And I'm meleeing them because they're low level and they should be pretty decent XP, although they are quite far away from each other, so there's quite a lot of running, but let's see. Ah, nice, there's an emblem. Such a nice feeling to get it from bears. Let's keep going. So that's the bear task done, and the next task is fire giants. Okay, those should be pretty nice, but I think I'm going to get some combat levels up before doing that, because I really want to train melee stats instead of ranging them. So I'm just going to kill some chaos druids for the lutations, so let's see how that goes. So killing the chaos druids is very nice at lower level combats. I highly recommend you to have like regular strength potions and attack potions, or as I'm using the combat potions because they're quite cheap, but attack and strength potions separately are cheaper, but this is a very good, only takes a few inventory spots. And by the way, between 40 and 50 attack you should be using the Brine Saber, or if you don't have the money you can just use a Rune Sim, but the Brine Saber is a little bit better, but not a huge difference. So I got myself 50 attack and 50 strength at the Chaos Druids, took me around 2 hours, and my loot per hour was around 150,000 GP. So I think it's very nice loot per hour, considering that I'm only around 40 to 50 in strength and attack. So very nice, and you pretty much use nothing, like you don't need food there if you're 40 defense. And the only cost is the potions, which are really cheap. So highly recommend this for lower levels to get some money. So after grinding out the Chaos Druids, I was able to use the Granite Hammer, which is the best weapon for training at 50 attack. And you need 50 attack and strength to wield it, but it's a lot better than Rune Scimitar, so I'm going to use it. It costs around 1 million GP, so it's quite expensive, but you're only going to use it for a while and then you can sell it back, so I think it's really worth it. A cheaper option is to use the Granite Sword, which I think is better than Rune Sim, but you should probably check it out if you don't have the money for a Granite Hammer. And before going to do the fire giants, I was just thinking that I don't have a good shield for my offhand slot, so I went to do the Alfred Grimhand's Boar Crawl. And then I did the Lighthouse quest to get the Gothic Spook. The Gothic Spook costs like 20,000 GP, so it's very cheap. And it gives you 5 prayer and 4 attack bonuses, so I think it's very much worth the time to spend. And also because I'm going to use the Protect from Melee at the Fire Giants, so it's going to be extra good for those. So the Fire Giants are a pretty decent task. I was attacked by one PKer, but I managed to escape him, which was nice because he sucked. But otherwise there should be 0 people coming there and attack you. And the XP was really nice. I got more XP here than killing the Chaos Druids. I also made more profit from these tasks that I used on my prayer potions, because I actually managed to get a mysterious emblem here also. So all in all, very nice task for me. So next up I got Ents again, which wasn't very nice, but I was going to range them again, because I think these stats are not enough to kill them efficiently. And it was pretty quickly done, and I actually got PK'd during this time. So a pretty quick task again. So next up I got Earth Warriors, which is a really nice task. It's nice XP, but the drops are pretty bad. But it's a really quick task and you don't need to use overhead prayers, so even 40 defense is enough to tank them. And it's nice XP and quickly done. And after the Earth Warriors I got Lava Dragons. Sounds bad. I think I'm going to just use Fire Strike on them, because I don't want to risk a lot of money here. So here's the loot from the first trip. I killed 6 Lava Dragons and almost 100k GP profit. So very nice. The GP is good, but it takes quite long to kill them with Fire Strike. So I would probably recommend you to use a Trident if you're 75 magic, and if you don't have 75 magic they're pretty bad, so I think you should probably skip them or just Fire Strike or something, but not a great task if you're low level like me. But anyway, the week is ending pretty soon, so I have to cut the trip in half and end this week. And here's everything valuable from the bank after the first week of the second bond. So in total I made 239,000 GP this week, which is really low, but considering that I spent like 400,000 GP on prayers, so I kind of made around 600,000 GP this week, but I spent some of it on training skills. So it's not that bad, but it's still really terrible, and I really need to speed things up next week if I want to maintain the bond again. But let's go and see how many hours I played this week and how much money I made every hour. And also let's see what skills I got up this week. So the total hours played on this account, 161.5 hours. So in total I played 21 hours this week, which is actually like 3 hours a day, which is more than my average. So I played quite a lot this week and I made close to 0 profit, so not a great week, but this is how combat training in the early levels is. You make 0 money. So you should probably like train yourself at Chaos Druids or Sand Crabs or something else to get the XP as fast as possible, and then move to Slayer when you're higher level, so that your Slayer goes faster and you can get more profit from Slayer that way and make money other ways, of course, because you need money always. So in this week I made 11.4 thousand GP per hour, which is ridiculous. And here are the stats I got this week. So I ended up at 55 attack, 52 strength and 40 defense. So not bad stats, but they could be a lot higher. So here I think that the Sand Crabs sound pretty good if you want to get your combat stats up. Also I think I got like 7-ish range levels, but I'm not sure. 5 or something, and also prayer from like 30 to 43, pretty nice. I think magic should be pretty much the same, maybe 1 level more. And Slayer I actually got from 1 to 43, which I don't know if it's good, but I think it's decent for the first week. For the second week it would be nice to get it to 55 for the broad bolts, but we'll see what happens. Also the 10 to 31 agility also, which I trained from 10 to 20 at Trainer Village and from 20 to 25 at Al-Kharid, and from 25 to 31 I got from quests, which is very nice. But anyway, that's all for this week. Please leave a like and subscribe for more, and if you like this one and you want to see more, next week I'm going to continue the combat training and hopefully make enough money for a bond, but we will see that next week. Thank you all for watching, and as always, have a great day. Mr. Grauman out.